recording. Okay, sounds good. Hello? Yes, he's here right with me and right onto the screen. I am. He's directly right next to me. Hello and welcome to Ask Coach Judy. If you are looking for knowledge to empower yourself and you want to achieve success and take advantage of everything that you have to offer, then you've tuned into a show that will make it happen for you. I'm Coach Judy, the talk show host, who's been a host since 2002 when she started her show with Clear Channel, that's now iHeart, which also carries our show on their list of podcasts that they have with iHeartRadio. I've also been interviewed on a national and local level and even internationally. And my specialty has been single parenting, recognized an expert in divorce, single parenting. I have been called the Coach Judy, or actually the Dr. Phil of Family Court, to the Oprah of South Florida. Please check out my one page at www.nationalsingleparent.org if you'd like to see what's going on for single parents. And I'm really excited today because I have a guest right here sitting with me. And I want to let you know that we are taping this show. So if you want to actually watch the show once we get it uploaded to our YouTube channel, then please go to Coach Judy Romanoff Live on YouTube. Our shows will be there as frequently as we can, and we also will be sometimes doing them live through Skype, not Skyping, but through the online, through Facebook, where you can take videos. I want to say to you that if you are wondering, why aren't you getting to the point that you want to be at, then you need to give some thought to certain things. And that's what my guest, Gary Greenberg, motivation speaker, is also about, because he wrote the book, No One Is Coming. If we don't begin to learn to value who our inner self is and what is or what makes up our inner self, then how can you get to where you want to be? If we learn to love ourselves, value ourselves, care about ourselves and others, then sky is the limit. But if you focus on anger and attack and operate from the means of, I'm going to get even, you're going to have a hard time reaching the type of goals you really want and to increase the audience and the people you want in your life. Anger only creates anger, hostility, and abuse. When you work from the heart, you care from the heart, what can you get but love and care from others? Also, I want to let you know this show is a show that pays it forward. And I want to thank Crimson Cloak Publishing and PWR Network, our newest station that will be carrying our show as well. And all with working in paying it forward is why we're able to bring you the Ask Coach Judy show. So I thank you all. Listeners, please, why not click on comment so we can answer your questions through the comment box, because that's what we're about. Ask Coach Judy. We want to know what you want to hear, what you have questions about, so we can answer them right here on the show. So in just a moment, I'm going to turn the show over and ask Gary Greenberg, who wrote the book No One Is Coming. How did he get involved into writing the book, and what led him to want to get involved in motivation? Because without motivation, guess what? You've got nothing. You're drab, you're boring, you've got nothing to really make you excited that others are going to want to be with you. So all these things are important, because the other part of our show is helping professionals and people personally achieve success, whatever that is. I also want to give you my email address, so if you have topics you'd like us to have on the show or know a great guest, please email me at coachjudylive@gmail.com, or you can text at to 561-441-8557, or go to Ask Coach Judy page on Facebook or Messenger and contact me. So there are several ways you can reach out. I ask you to reach out. Let me and my guests come on and help you achieve the goals you want, because we are about knowledge. And remember the adage, knowledge is power. And I will say that because from firsthand experiences and going through some extremely difficult challenges and having to reach out to strangers, it led to me with the knowledge that I am now able to bring to you here on the Ask Coach Judy show. So I'd like to introduce Gary Greenberg, our guest for today. And I'd like to ask Gary, first of all, how did you get involved into wanting to talk about motivation and writing a book?
Very good question. And first off, let me thank you, Coach Judy, for having me on your show this afternoon.
Oh, my pleasure, Gary.
Okay. And actually, this all started my journey into motivation, which has become now a journey into self-motivation, about 3 years ago. I moved here from New York about 4 years ago. For the past 30 years, I have been an entrepreneur and sales trainer working with major corporate customers. And coming down to Florida, I guess I sort of wanted to reinvent myself and decide how I could give back, how I could help others overcome their obstacles, overcome their barriers, and achieve their goals and move forward in their life.
So you're saying that really when you came down, you were ready at your age, because you're not 20 years old.
Correct. I was in my early 60s at that time.
All right. So that is saying that anybody out there, if you think I'm too old to change or get a new career or do something that I enjoy, know that you're never too old to bring change and excitement to your life. I don't care if you're 80 years old or 90 years old.
Absolutely.
You can bring change. It's all what's up in your mind and how you think and how we can help you correct and improve or enhance your mind so you can achieve goals you thought you never could do.
Yes, because actually the title of my first self-speaking performance was "It's Never Too Late to Become the Person You Were Meant to Be."
And I just want to show the book that you've just written that's titled No One's Coming. I hope you can see. It's going to block us, but it's called No One is Coming. Okay, Gary.
Okay, so now I decided, I took about a year to sort of figure out what I wanted to do. And one of the things I did, which I found very cathartic, was really looking at my past 40 years, okay? And I recommended to everybody to really look at what they've done in the past and see where it's led to where you are today.
So you're saying that your past is really your asset?
Yes, it is, okay? It really gives you an idea of what you've done and who you are and what your strengths and weaknesses are. And then I was trying to figure out where I'm going to go from here. And I just had an epiphany one night. And that epiphany was to become a motivational speaker so I could help others. I felt I had a message to put out there based on my years of experience as a successful entrepreneur and sales trainer.
That's fantastic. I'm really excited because I know when I was going to the different expos, there was Gary with his books and sharing and had such knowledge. And one key thing, which is what I look for with guests when I bring them on, is how are they operating? Are they coming from an anger and just selfishness, or are they coming from somebody who cares and wants to give back and do and empower and educate? And that's what I always found with Gary, and why I called Gary when getting an email. I said, I want to have Gary on the show because he's a gentleman who reflects what the Ask Coach Judy show and my mission is in life as well.
Yes. So that being said, what happened on my journey when I had this epiphany to become a motivational speaker, I knew I was entering this tremendous field from Tony Robbins and Les Brown on down. And my first talk actually was given was it's never too late to become the person you were meant to be. Okay, because that's how I felt at 62. And you know what, at any age, because unless you're 6 feet under, you're breathing, and you should be accomplishing and doing and moving forward.
I just want to interject there because I'm walking the talk and no one really knows too much about it. I don't go into detail, but when you are disabled, you have physical disorders, you're in a lot of pain, you think life is over and I can't do anything. Well, let me tell you firsthand, don't let illnesses, don't let obstacles stop you, because if you want to do it, you can find ways to do it, whether it's only for an hour a week or whether it's 5 or 20 hours, whatever you can do. Don't let any obstacle hold you back, because we're here to help you overcome those obstacles. And I speak from firsthand experience.
Yes, that is so true. And we all have different obstacles, okay? Whether it is a physical, an emotional, whatever it is, whether you have neither of those, we have obstacles that hold us back. So as my journey progressed, and as I spent that first year giving numerous talks on motivation and actually hosting a show on internet TV, a half hour every week called Motivational Mastery, where I brought up a different topic each week, I started to realize that motivation really doesn't work. And what I'm talking about is outside motivation. Motivation that comes from others does not work. And I started noticing that there was something missing in the whole field of motivation that I realized was the most important thing, because every successful person, and you know, success can be defined in so many different ways, has been self-motivated. And I realized that was the key. And then I started understanding that I needed to put together something that would show people how to become self-motivated so that it comes from within on a daily basis so they could move forward. And that is the whole key, is really moving forward, but you have to do it daily. It's like great athletes. They've had a routine and they've had a strategy for 20 years. That's what got them to where they are today. So for anybody to achieve different goals and your goals, and that's all that's important, is your goals, for you to achieve them and surpass them, is to find this method of self-motivation that I've developed. And it's 10 easy steps that will take you from here to there. But you have to do it every day. Now, it's simple, but it may not be easy, because change is never easy.
I can ask you a question.
Sure.
If they only did it for 5 minutes, would you constitute that being in creating a change?
I would think it's better than doing it for 4 minutes.
Okay.
Or for no time at all. But you have to do something every day to move forward. So when I realized this and I started having the concept, you know what, I need to put this down, maybe in a book form. Maybe that's where I can reach my biggest audience for now anyway. So I decided on the book being The 10 Steps to Self-Motivation. That was the original title. And then I was reading somewhere and came across these 4 words, no one is coming. And that just highlighted what I was trying to get across, that no one is coming to help you. You have to do it yourself. So my book is titled, No One is Coming, Find Your Power in Self-Motivation. And actually, the foundation of self-motivation is really chapters 1 and 2, which is chapter 1 is read. Read, read, read. You know, it's so important that people exercise their mind on a daily basis, is that they read. Read about what? You know what? Read about your work so you can be more productive. Read about your heroes, the people that you admire, other successful people. You know, what helped me a great deal was reading about the greats of history, masters of their field, from Da Vinci to Einstein to Edison to Darwin to Rockefeller to Lincoln to Eleanor Roosevelt, and so on and so forth.
So what you're saying then, for our listening audience and those who are watching us, is that learning and inspiration is about connecting with those who've already achieved and done that is known, because they've walked the steps that you need to walk in order to achieve the success and whatever level of success you want then.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly true. And when you read, you start picking up ideas. Unless you exercise your mind, it's not going to work. Okay? If you don't use it, you lose it. So, we all think. And reading is something that I really hadn't done in 20 years, maybe since The Godfather was the last book I read. And then I started reading and read hundreds of books. Right now, I'm reading 5, 6 books at a time. But it's so important to read. And I suggest reading, find 30 minutes a day. Just 30 minutes a day, lock yourself away, maybe get up earlier or find the time and get a book that's going to inspire you.
I think that's the key word. I think inspire.
Yes, yes, you need to be inspired, but this will inspire you, okay? If you start reading, you will pick up things that will start to inspire you, okay? Now, chapter 2 in my book is rethink the way you think. Thinking comes naturally, but unfortunately, we don't take the time every day to take another 30 minutes. I'm giving you the foundation of self-motivation here today as Judy's special guest is read for 30 minutes and then think for 30 minutes. And what do I mean think? Think about, what your goals, where you want to go, how you're going to get there, okay? What it's going to take to get there. Start thinking strategically how you're going to accomplish this. What do you want to accomplish? What type of legacy do you want to live? Okay, do you want to leave? There are so many things to think about if you just think.
I can ask you a question.
Yeah.
Because people think, and I know me, I have a lot of great ideas. It's like on Sunday, I had a lot of words I want to put into my marketing sheet, and then I didn't have anything with me to write it down. I figured, okay, it's in me. I'm going to remember it all. Of course, we don't remember it all. So would you recommend, as I do with clients when I was coaching, that they actually maybe get a notebook so that they could actually write these thoughts down?
I'll tell you, I don't only recommend it, I suggest it highly. Because unless, remember, now you're going to start reading and thinking every day. And I promise you, I will almost guarantee you start doing this 2-step process, read and think every day. Start with 10 minutes a day. Because what will happen is, then it'll increase. But you start reading and thinking, all these ideas come to you, and you have to now start writing them down. And just start scribbling, okay? Get a journal, a notebook, an 8x11 pad, whatever it is, and just start writing down everything that's coming to your mind. Because you're never going to remember all of it anyway.
That is so true.
And then, now on day 2, you're reading, you're thinking, and you're writing, okay? And now you're going to start crossing off things, adding things. Now it's opening up your consciousness. Your mind is being exercised, okay, with good things, with great ideas. And all of a sudden you may come across an idea that, I can do that.
And you want to know something? I have to tell people, it's like one of my techniques is I find, and it's really powerful, is that if you start thinking and acting in a positive way, you're going to be getting the endorphins that will help give you more energy.
No doubt.
And the other thing is, for those who deal with chronic pain, it also helps to block out the pain that you're fighting. And you're directing that mind that's focused on pain, focus it on all of these other positive things. Your mind will gradually begin to forget about the pain as much as you possibly can.
Yes.
So it's very therapeutic.
Oh, it is. There's no doubt. Not just therapeutic. It's very healthy, because the more that you're doing what you want to do, and the more that you're building yourself up, the healthier you're going to feel, the more energized you're going to feel. You're going to feel like getting out of bed in the morning, and you can't wait to attack the world. Sun Tzu had a great quote. Sun Tzu, who wrote The Art of War, considered maybe the greatest general of all time, was, being unconquerable lies within yourself.
That is so true. And I just want to say something, because I see it a lot. Sometimes people reach a point and they think they're invincible, and they think they're superior. And I can only tell you, that's when you start crossing the line that you're going to get yourself into trouble.
Yes, no doubt. Always remain humble. There are so many stories of people who have had success, and then it overtook them, and because they didn't build it correctly. Because the success is not so much in what you do, but in who you become.
True, and I have to say, and that's why I even started the show up a little bit about your inner self, is because if you have a strong inner self, no one can take you down even when you're going through the worst of worst in life. No one can take you down except yourself. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I would certainly agree with
All
that.
right, well, we only
Okay.
have a few minutes left, so give us,
Uh,
our
uh,
listeners, one or two
uh,
more points that
okay, a
we can
couple
put
of
out
quick
there.
things. Okay, so now if you just start this way, take 10 minutes a day and read for 10 minutes, and then think for 10 minutes, undistracted, no emails, no cell phones, outside, inside, wherever it is, but undistracted, and then write a little bit down. But do it every day. Make it a routine. That's why successful people became successful. They had routines that work. You do that, believe me, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, your life's going to start opening up and ideas are going to come to you. Then, chapter 3, why this follows, is then finding your passion and purpose. Because we all have a certain passion and purpose.
And I have to tell you, the reason you hear us sounding like we are is because we have that passion, we have that care, we have that determination. And I want to remind you, with what's going on in the country and in the world, if you got those going for you, you've got so much more going than if you revert to the other way of handling yourself and dealing with other people and other institutions, and it just goes on and on.
Yes, no doubt. So finding, it's great if you can find what you love to do, finding your calling. And we all have it. We're all born with different gifts and special gifts and
Okay, you have some
talents.
things for time. We're running quickly
Okay, no
for us
problem.
here. How can people reach your book or reach you?
Okay, very simply, first off, as far as the book goes, No One Is Coming. Find Your Power and Self-Motivation is on Amazon, and my website, which is Gary, Gary, motivates.com. So it's for sale there.
Well, Gary, I want to thank you so much for coming on
Judy,
the
it has been
show.
my pleasure to be here and to throw out a little self-motivation on this warm Tuesday afternoon here in South Florida.
Well, I am so glad because I love doing shows where you could hear the energy just pouring out. And I have to say, if it hadn't gone or been in a situation that I was in, my life would have been very different. But I may have less from a financial, but I have so much more from within that it's over supersedes what money can give. Because I also want to say to you, if you allow money to be the focus of how people look and value and want to be around you, if that money is gone, you have nothing because they're looking at you for your money, not for you as an individual. And that's why I said at the beginning of the show, it's important to learn who your inner self is. Who are you? What is it you want to be? What can you change so you can have the enjoyment in life with your family as a single parent, even when you're battling family court issues, when you are dealing with other people who want to attack you and take you down, who are jealous, people who don't see it your way. It is what I can only say is focus on kindness, warmth, and the inner self and achieving the goals that you want. That's what's most in, that's what's most important here. So please think about your character and what do you want to be if you want to change, if there is anything you need to change. And I can say we always can change. We can always improve and enhance ourselves no matter how good we are. We could always gain knowledge by listening to others. I just want to say to you again, I appreciate you listening. We are also going to have the show where you can watch it on demand on the YouTube channel of Coach Judy Romanoff Live. If you have questions or topics or know of great guests, please email me at coachjudylive@gmail.com and know that this is a show that cares about you. And our mission is to empower and help you achieve the kind of success you want personally and professionally. It comes from within and enjoy. My number to reach me at is 561-441-8557. You can text that number again, 561-441-8557. Thank you so much and have a beautiful, wonderful, productive, inspiring week. Thank you, Carly, for the show. And to everyone who is watching, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep coming back to our show. We're going to have phenomenal people and organizations. As a matter of fact, next week, not next week, but next month, we're having a major organization. The CEO of 211 of Palm Beach, Treasure Coast Resource Hotline will be on our show next month. We're bringing dynamic guests to you. And again, if you want something special, let us know, because without you telling us, we aren't going to know. So please reach out to us. Reach out to me. I'm here for you. And again, I wish you a super week and enjoy what life has to offer. Thank you.